Okay, there we go. Okay. So, how's it going, Juha?
All good, all good. I'm at home now in Greece.
In Greece. Okay, so you play for Levadiakos in the Greek second tier. I was looking at the standings and it looks like you guys are fighting for promotion currently.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we have played the first part of the season, like the first round,
Mm-hmm.
and now we had a little break, Christmas break, and then the 3rd of January we continue again.
Okay. All right. So how have you enjoyed your time in Greece? So you've already played for another team, Volos, and now you're with Levadiakos. How do you like playing over there?
It's pretty nice, natural grass, the different culture, and different people also, and the system is different also. It's I think like combined all together, it's been nice. I really enjoy the weather, climate. It's
Mm-hmm.
warm,
Mm-hmm.
and and yeah, it's been really nice experience, and I really enjoy.
Okay, nice. So, you've played, of course, besides Finland, you've also played in Norway and Slovakia. What would be, in your opinion, like the differences in the style play between the four different countries that you've played in thus far in your career? What's been the biggest like challenges and in each of those leagues?
I would say Finland and Scandinavia, the Norway, generally in the Scandinavia, it's more like a tactic and also really physical. And more like up and down, like especially in Norway it was the tempo was really high,
Hmm.
and then I would say in Slovakia it was more like combination between those two, that the skillful players and also the tactical football.
Hmm.
But I think here it's more about like somehow maybe the tempo is a little bit slower, but the players are really technical, and especially the big teams, the top five big teams, they have a lot of experienced players and really like skillful players.
Hmm. Okay. And when you played with or when you first joined with played in Greece with Volos, were you also teammates with Nikolai Alho at the time?
Yes,
Did
yeah,
it
yeah, we were.
did it help being in a foreign country with a teammate that was also from Finland? Did that help adjust as well?
Yes, of course, it helps a lot, because you can spend time with him. You know like how the everything works in the club, like inside the club, and obviously it helped a lot. But also I have been in different clubs outside Finland, and it's been like Slovakia. There was no Finnish guys, so it was not so difficult me to adapt there either. So it always helps.
Hmm. Was there ever any time with did you ever come across any like language barriers when playing for teams outside of Finland, like in
Not
Slovakia?
not really, because everybody speaks English nowadays, and like obviously there can be some players who doesn't, but then you find a way to speak with them, and it's all right.
Okay. And if Levadiakos ends up being promoted to the Greek Super League next season, do you have aspirations to continue playing with Levadiakos, or do you want to see if you want to play somewhere else?
Well, if we get promoted, I have another year here, so I signed for help the team to get back to the Super League,
Hmm.
and then my contract will continue for the next season. So I want to stay then, because that's my goal.
Hmm.
That we will get up, and then I play the Super League again.
Okay. And how old were you when you wanted to first play soccer? Because I know, I mean, Finland is hockey is a very popular sport, and of course, soccer is
Yeah.
starting to become popular in Finland as well. How what made you decide? What inspired you to be a professional football or soccer player?
First of all, I don't really remember when I started, but I have heard and listened to my dad. He told me that I was at the age of 4 when I joined the first time to the trainings. And then, since that, I have been like fully committed to the football. Also, I enjoyed a lot to play ice hockey, but somehow the football was always the number one. So like that was the priority number one always. And I was pretty good at ice hockey also, but somehow I just wanted to focus on football in the end. And I have seen the one interview in my hometown magazine, and I was 12 years old, and I told them that I want to play abroad. That's my goal. So at least at the age of 12, I was like already dreaming about playing abroad.
Hmm. Okay, and were you always a defender?
I started the left winger, and I also play a little bit sometimes the right winger. And then I just came to 2014 was my first season I played as a left back, and then uh, in the end now I'm the center back.
Hmm.
But I really, I think I should have played earlier as a left or center back because my strengths are like better in these positions.
Hmm.
But like it all also help a lot now, because I have played left and right winger. So let's say build up phase, my passing strengths is like lot better than if I hadn't played in that position before.
Hmm. Who were there any players growing up that you were inspired by, or what style of play did you try to replicate?
To be honest, Roberto Carlos was my idol back then. I remember when I was 5 years old and he signed for Real Madrid. I started to follow him a lot, and since that I have been following Real Madrid also. So I think he was the only one, really like I admired. And then, of course, I've been lately, trying to do the tricks like Cristiano or Ronaldinho. I remember at the early 2000 something, I was watching YouTube and putting Ronaldinho to do some tricks, and I tried to train and copy all those tricks that he did.
Hmm. And if when you first moved abroad, you've played for it's pronounced Tromsø.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Uh,
correct.
was Norway your first? Did you have in mind other countries to play abroad when you first moved? Like why Norway first?
I think it was because of my agent and the contacts, and I always wanted to play somewhere else, maybe like German or England. But at that point of my career, that was the option that I had to take. And then like let's say our plan was to play well in Norway and then just move on to the bigger stage.
And is there a league that you would like to play at some point? What's in your career that you've not played for before?
I wanted to play in the Bundesliga.
Hmm.
Like to be fair, that was the goal. But right now, I don't see that it's my goal anymore. Maybe it's not even realistic anymore. But I really enjoy the playing Greece right now, and I want to play here as long as possible.
Hmm. And do you see yourself after you finish your playing career? Do you see yourself continuing to be involved in soccer or football as far as coaching is concerned?
It's really hard to say because I've been speaking about this lately a lot with my friends, and and I'm really 50-50. I think I have something to give, but also my ambition is in the businesses. So I don't really know what I'm going to do after. It's still totally open.
Okay. And when you first played for Finland's national team back in, or you had one of your first call-ups back in 2016, how does that process work? Do you get like a phone call or an email to me like, hey, the coach wants you to play for the national team? Like, how do they know to get in contact with you?
Yeah, this was the thing, I get the phone call before the Christmas, like yeah, like 15 Christmas just before. And like I already had booked the flights to Dubai at the beginning of January and for 2 weeks. And we were planning to go, with my wife to Dubai, and then I got the phone call and I was like, oh my days. That of course I will take it. I cannot say no. But then I started to process like thinking about how I'm going to manage to be in the Dubai as a holiday for the first week and the second week with the national team. And in the end, we went to Dubai with my wife, and then after 7 days or 8 days, we traveled to Abu Dhabi, and I joined the national team. And they are still making the jokes about it that I'm the first one who brings the wife to the hotel of the
Mm,
national team. Like they were telling me like I'm acting like a Zlatan Ibrahimovic. That was funny part, bro.
mm.
But yeah, all right. It was nice, but yeah, that was the story.
Mm. What's uh of course you have not or you could still be are you still available for international selection if Riva calls you up?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I also told in the summer, I told the one broadcast that I'm always ready for the national team.
What do you think is so far your biggest highlight that you've been a part of with the Huhkajat, with the Finnish national team? What's something that you a memory that you look back at so far?
It's the game against Liechtenstein when we qualified to the Euros, and also it's the biggest game and the biggest moment of my entire not I'm not saying entire life, but as a at least in the career wise, that was totally the biggest moment.
Hmm. And that was, of course, the Euro 2020 or 2021 was the first time Finland qualified for a major tournament. Of course, Finland in the past, they've had, very talented players in Jari Litmanen and Sami Hyppie, but they've
Yeah.
never qualified themselves for national team tournaments like the Euros. What do you think was the difference between this Finnish team in the past 5 years to be able to qualify for a Euro compared to the Finnish teams from the late 90s, early 2000s?
For sure, there are a lot of factors, different factors, but I think I think also the team spirit has been always good, but I think we find the way to play together. That's the biggest thing, that everybody were able to play in their strength and in their positions, and then we found the way to play together, and then we build up the self confidence, and then the results followed, and then all in the end we see, okay, everything is working really good, everybody knows what to do on the field, everybody is happy, enjoying, if nobody is scared, and then in the end this is the combination of all those factors, and then in the end we get results and we qualified.
Mm. And for Finnish soccer, in the Veikkausliiga, what do you think is it's not really ranked as the top leagues in Europe. What could be some steps that Finnish football could take to raise the I guess the level in the local leagues, in your opinion?
I think the most important thing is to just raise the really good players, talented kids. We have to put a lot of money to to improve the young talent kids and players, you know, because that's the way to sell players abroad, and then the clubs makes money, and then that's like compound effect afterwards. So I think the most important thing is to focus on the local players and trying to make the players better. And of course, you need to bring the good players abroad to Veikkausliiga, but you have to have a good young players, talented players, and you have to put a lot of money and effort for those guys. Because in the end, these are the guys who brings the money to Finnish football.
Mm, okay. And also I've read recently about or throughout, I mean, this has happened in plenty of countries throughout the world, but there's been a few clubs in Finland that's had gone through financial troubles. You've played for Tampere United, and they've had their financial difficulties in the past. And then just recently with FC Honka, I don't know if you've heard that they've also gone through some challenges finding a the Veikkausliiga license. What do you think is what do you think that some of these clubs could be doing better when it comes to their finances, in your opinion?
Simply they have to know the budget, and they have to really set the budget first of all, and then they need to see how much in incomes and how much outcomes, and not eating out of the budget, because this is the easier, like so easy to lose the you know, the money. So if you don't know really, like, you cannot budget the let's say that even if they put a lot of money to, I don't know like really what happened to Honka, but obviously all these things happening because they are spending too much money. So they need to know the budget and start with the maybe building up easier, and then you have to have something foundation to build on.
Hmm. Okay. And as you mentioned that you might seek into businesses when you are done with your playing career, what have you thought about, like what kind of business ventures you might be interested in?
There are like, first of all, the I like real estates and stocks, and you know, the also I'm thinking about you know, some ideas what to do afterwards, like as an entrepreneur. But we will see. We will see. I have something to think about, but at least the investing part is, I'm already been there for many years, so I'm really into it right now. So we
Mm,
will see afterwards what's happening.
okay. And with what do you think has been in if you had to give any advice to anyone that's trying to become a professional soccer player, what would be three pieces of advice that you would give them? Or you could say more if you want to.
Yeah, first of all, you have to be highly motivated. You have to have the ambition, this burning desire inside. You need to enjoy, and you have to work a lot. You have to also have to be willing to work and put a lot of effort, and then also always trying to improve your own game. I think this is the thing, that try to find some guy who gives you feedback, and if it's not the coach, try to find someone that really understand the game and the players, and then try to listen to the right person, and then you can always, you just keep training and improving, and in the end it will take you, and it will give you what you deserve. But also you have to know how to eat, how to sleep, and really like be fully focused on those things.
Okay. You mentioned no how to eat. Well, out of all the countries that you've played for, which cuisines or food do you like the best?
I like really the Greek food, but also I enjoyed a lot of salmon in Norway
Mm,
because it's known from the fishes and also the Finnish food is of course it's I'm from Finland, so
yeah.
I like a lot of different Finnish food.
Mm. So
This
Slovakian
yeah,
food, not so much.
not so much, like okay, I like, yeah, but the it was not maybe the I would not say that it's better than the Greek or Scandinavian food.
Mm. Have you with a lot of or I live in the United States, or more specifically in Atlanta, and the recently there's been a lot of Finnish players that have moved to play in Major League Soccer, like Teemu Pukki and Robin Lod currently plays there, and I think Leo Väisänen and Alexander Ring. Is
Mm.
what's attracted a lot of the Finnish players to play in the United States more recently, in your opinion?
I think the league is getting better and of course the money wise also it's there's a lot of money involved, and also I think the America is like somehow the players feels like this is something special, so they also want to see what is overseas, and like of course obviously also like Robert Taylor in Miami, like if you can play with the best players in the world, like, and David Beckham is a the owner. Of course, it's really attractive place to go, and also everybody knows the Miami. If you see I think also in Finland everybody think about the good sides of Miami, not the bad sides, because you see everything in the movies and the TV series, and then you think that it's better than it's really are. But like this is a really nice opportunity for those guys, and of course they need to go for it.
Mm. Have you ever thought about yourself playing in the United States?
Yes, I have been thought about it, but right now I feel like it has to be a good salary if I go there. I'm really enjoying to live in Greece and playing here, and also I don't see myself not to play in Cyprus or these countries. It's I really enjoy it, really, and if I need to move all the way to United States, it has to be a heavy paycheck.
Hmm. Yeah, because it's a lot of it'll be a lot of traveling in between
Yes.
Europe and the US. I don't it's I've always thought about how, with players that play in like the different continents or even just completely different sides of the world and play for the national team that's on the opposite side, like how, much, time travel and jet lag the players deal with. What's the longest, I'm assuming is the longest flight you've taken to play a soccer match or football match has been to go to the Middle East, right? Or have you been to longer journeys to play?
I think that has been the longest one. Yeah.
How do you get yourself mentally prepared to go on long flights, or even do you have any pre-match rituals that you do before playing a game?
Not really. When I was younger, I had some, but right like nowadays, I try to get rid of rid of all the rituals. So like I don't want to make it special.
Hmm.
I just want to have my own routines, daily routines, and I don't want to make it a big thing out of it. It's the best way to approach the matches, I think.
Okay.
Of course, it's different when we have a away match. We have to travel, but I don't want to make a big scene out of it. It's just a normal, away match, and I normally drink and eat well and sleep well, and that's it. Like nothing, not no special really, nothing.
Hmm. Do you ever do you ever see yourself playing or returning back to Finland to play soccer or football?
I think so. Yeah, I think I want to retire in Finland, but that's also the question that when and like I need to see it then. how I feel and but yeah, why not, you know? But right now I don't want to go back. I want to play as long as possible abroad and enjoy it, because when I move back to Finland, I will stay there. I'm not going anywhere afterwards. I want to settle down there and live my life there.
Okay. Juha, thank you very much. Kiitos, että sulla oli aikaa olla
Thanks a lot.
jaksossa.
Kiitos.
Yeah, and hopefully you have a happy new year and best of luck with Levadiakos in their promotion opportunities. Yeah, so
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. You too. Happy New Year.
happy new year. Hyvää uutta vuotta.
Hyvää uutta vuotta.
All right, bye.